Hi, I'm Linda Campbell from the Horizon Center School of Hypnotherapy, and in this video we're going to talk a bit about what hypnosis is. So hypnosis is essentially a state of focused concentration that allows access to the subconscious mind. So why do we want to get into the subconscious mind? What good will that do? Well, your subconscious runs 90 to 95% of your behavior, so most of our behavior is driven by something going on a subconscious level. So for example, I may have a client who has OCD, who knows intellectually that they don't need to be checking the doors and windows for an hour before they go to bed. But knowing something intellectually isn't necessarily enough to make a change in their behavior. They still have this overwhelming compulsion to check those doors and windows and a great deal of anxiety if they try not to. So that behavior is being driven by the subconscious mind. And it can be really difficult to try to change a behavior just using your conscious mind. If 10% of you really wants to pick up some new habit or let go of an unhealthy one, but the other 90% is running an old program, the subconscious is going to win just because of its sheer size. There's other reasons for getting into the subconscious as well. The subconscious is your long-term memory. It contains within it all of your life experience. So when a client has a symptom, we are able to trace back in hypnosis to where that symptom originated. Now, this doesn't involve reliving an experience. It's more about understanding how an experience has impacted on you as far as giving you whatever the symptom is that you have. So sometimes clients come to see me and they have no idea why they're doing what they're doing or feeling what they're feeling, and they really desperately want to change it. When I take them in hypnosis and help trace back to where that symptom originated, when they understand why they've got the symptom they do, I can then step in and help address whatever that situation does so that the event that created the symptom no longer has an impact on them. So using hypnosis, we can access your long-term memory, we can trace back to where a symptom originated. We can also work on changing a belief. So again, when clients come to see me, they know intellectually what they'd like to be doing or thinking differently, but knowing it intellectually often isn't enough. So I can take what you know intellectually and communicate it to your subconscious mind. You know, a weight loss client knows everything there is to know about diet and nutrition because they've been studying it forever. So sometimes taking some of those healthier behaviors and communicating across to your subconscious, here's what I want you to do, is way more effective than trying to make yourself do something from the top down, so to speak. Now, all that happens when you go into hypnosis is that your brain waves are slowing down. So right now you're in a beta state, probably as you listen to me. So that's your awake state. But if you were to close your eyes and just take a few nice deep breaths, or if you were to just like stare at the TV for a little while or a spot on the wall, you'd start going into an alpha state. This is actually the state where hypnosis occurs. If you sunk down a little deeper to that place where you're just hovering above sleep, now you're in a theta state. Hypnosis also occurs in theta states. That's a deeper level of hypnosis. So all that I'm doing is I'm slowing down your brain waves so that you're in that lovely place between being awake and being asleep, and then I'm holding you there long enough to change behaviors, trace back where a symptom originated, to help you to get some traction when it comes to your goal. So hypnosis is not sleep. I was talking just now about brainwave levels. Beta is our waking state, alpha and theta are where hypnosis occurs, and delta is sleep. So you're not asleep when you're in hypnosis. Sometimes people think hypnosis is being asleep or being unconscious or being unaware. It's none of those things. You're aware of what's being said to you in hypnosis. In fact, I like to work with people where they're in a state where they have some awareness for a lot of reasons. I can get them to do exercises inside their minds, which are really impactful. Your subconscious is your creative mind. So anytime we're using visualization or imagery during hypnosis, it really speaks to your subconscious in a language it understands. I also like people who have a little bit more awareness in hypnosis because then they know what I said during the session, so they know what to look for after the session in order to be able to track their results. So you're not asleep. You're not unconscious. If you're asleep, I'm waking you up. That's not supposed to happen. If you're unconscious, something has gone wrong. It's got nothing to do with me. Hypnosis is also not mind control. I can't make a person go into hypnosis or accept a suggestion unless they actually want to. So I always offer a free consultation whenever I'm working with somebody so that I can talk to them about their goal. And part of what I'm doing during that free consultation is I'm getting a sense of whether this person really wants to achieve the goal or not. Again, sometimes people think hypnosis, I just say stuff and you're going to automatically do it. People are only going to do what they want to do. So if a client comes to see me because their doctor told them they have to, or their spouse is on their back, but they don't really want to make the change, there's nothing I can do to make them make that change. They have to want it for themselves. So you're not unaware, you're listening to what's being said, you're following along. You might have some interesting sensations in your body, you might feel nice and relaxed, but you're certainly not out or unconscious or unaware. And you're not out of control. I build into my sessions the ability to choose your own depth, cancel out suggestions that you don't like the sound of, encourage suggestions to be taken in. You can move around, you can open your eyes, you can even lie in hypnosis. And whether you speak or not is entirely up to you. So I'm not making you do anything you don't want to do. I'm adjusting my approach to the person who's in the chair. Hypnosis is also not magic. Every now and then I get a client who wants me to resolve their anxiety or help them take off weight, but they don't actually want to make any changes in their life, right? I'm going to keep eating what I'm eating and doing what I'm doing, and hopefully the hypnosis will just help me take weight off. Hypnosis doesn't do the work for you. You still have to eat healthfully. You're still going to have to probably make some changes in your life if you are dealing with anxiety, but the hypnosis can make it easier. The hypnosis can help you identify what is impacting on you that's causing the symptoms that you're having. Hypnosis can help you to remove blocks and barriers that might be standing in the way. Hypnosis can help you to change belief systems so that you do want to do the thing on all levels of your mind, not just in your conscious mind. But you still have to take some action in your everyday life to get the results that you want. Hypnosis isn't magic. It can't do the work for you. So hypnosis versus hypnotherapy. Now, hypnosis just refers to the state of having those lower brainwave levels. What I'm doing with my clients is hypnotherapy, which means I'm using that deeper brainwave level state to help the person work through something or make a change in their lives. We're using it for a therapeutic purpose. So I hope that that's given you a little bit of an idea as to what hypnosis is and how I work with my clients. Now, if you're interested in training, I do have two separate programs. The first is a self-paced program. There are 29 units of curriculum covering a whole broad range of applications of hypnosis, focusing on client-centered hypnosis, doing hypnosis that is really directed to your client, using the client's language and motivation, helping you to trace back where your client's symptoms have originated, understanding how different events have impacted on them to cause the symptoms that they do. So the work that I'm teaching is not just about suggesting a way symptom, but rather understanding the underlying cause. So there's 29 units of curriculum that contain videos, audios, real hypnosis sessions for you to listen to, questions for you to answer, and you move through the material at your own pace. You submit videos and assignments to me so that I can give you feedback and assess you, and you graduate at the end and are able to work as a registered hypnotherapist. The tuition is $38.24, and there are different payment plans. You can pay over 18 months at $320 a month, or over 12 months for $478. There is also other opportunities to get additional support in the self-paced program. Now, the self-paced program is great for people who, want to work on their own, don't necessarily want to go to a classroom, or have busy lives. They're trying to fit in training amongst other responsibilities. And every now and then, one of my self-paced students will say, oh, I've got a bit of time on this weekend. Could I sit in on a class, or could I get some additional training? So this is what I offer for my self-paced students at an additional cost. You can sit in, the monthly supervision meetings are free for everybody. Every month I put on an hour-and-a-half long supervision, and it's open to students and grads. It's done online, and it's an opportunity to show up and check in with clients that you're working with or struggles that you're having and get some additional support. As a self-paced student, for an additional fee, you can also watch recorded classes. So when I teach the interactive online class, which I'll talk about in a moment, I record all of the classes. So if there's a particular unit that you want to watch, if you want to know how I talked about dream analysis, or how I talked about parts therapy or regression or inner child work, for a separate cost, I will give you a copy of the recorded class. Obviously, you can't interact with the students or do the exercises that we're doing, but you can see how I've taught it so that you can get some additional information. You can also sit in on a class if you wish. Again, there's an additional fee for this, but I always know what I'm going to be covering on which weekend. So if there's a particular weekend or a particular technique or topic that you want to sit in for, you can come to that class just for that particular weekend or day. And you can also work with me privately, one-on-one at my regular rate. I'm happy to give you personalized instruction, tutoring on any element of the course that you want additional support with. So if you're interested in the interactive online, this is the course that more replicates being in a classroom. So again, the same 29 units of material. You're expected to review the material before class. We meet one weekend a month via Zoom, and we use the class time for practices, for demonstrations, for exercises and lectures. You get to go off into breakout rooms and hypnotize your classmates and be hypnotized by them. And again, there is a payment option, payment plan that I offer. The tuition is $4,824. If you pay it over 18 months, it's $286 a month. If you pay it over 12, it's $402. Now, if you'd like to get some more information first, I'm always happy to have a conversation. You can contact me at info@horizoncenterhypnotherapy.com. You can also go to my website, horizoncenterhypnotherapy.com, and sign up for my mailing list. And as a freebie for the mailing list, I give you the opportunity to test drive the first unit for free. No obligations, no haranguing you afterwards, but that way you can get a sense of the material and see if it's a fit for you. Now, if you want to know a little bit about me, I've been a full-time hypnotherapist since 1999, and I've taught hypnotherapy since 2004. My program has been given an award for excellence in hypnotherapy by the International Medical and Dental Hypnotherapy Association, and I was a teacher prior to doing hypnotherapy. I have a bachelor's in education, so I do know how to write lesson plans and how to teach and how to take something that is so creative and so organic like hypnosis and break it down into doable steps so that it's actionable, so that you know what exactly to do. And I'm absolutely committed to helping all of my students be as successful as they can possibly be in their practices. I tell my students I don't disappear once the class is over. I'm not a hologram. If they want to stay in touch and take advantage of free mentoring, hop online and have a conversation about a client, come to supervision. I also offer ongoing training in the form of courses or workshops that are geared towards specific topics or business development classes. So there is ongoing support, mentoring, training after the program is done as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're interested in the training, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Take care.